Final segment, and I got all these loaded phone lines here. I want to try to get to everybody. Rod in Kentucky, you're on the air with G. Edward Griffin. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, Alex. Mr. Griffin, I want to say it's a pleasure to talk to you also. I use your CD, The Creature from Jekyll Island, as one of the intro packs I give to people to introduce them, to let them know what's going on.
Okay.
The main reason I called today is I just wanted to let you know, Alex, about the soft kill weapons, that I think one of the main things you stressed on it this morning is I went to the doctor, had a complete panel run, all blood tests. Everything was absolutely perfect. You know, I don't drink tap water, stuff like that. However, my testosterone level was 225 nanograms a deciliter. The average male is supposed to be 5 to 550. You don't start reaping the health benefits till 600 to 800. Now then, even if your blood panels and everything are good, if you live from middle age on with low testosterone, you are at much greater risk for heart attack, stroke, and prostate cancer. Now then, do you think it's possible that they could be doing things already to lower the male testosterone? Of course, I went immediately on therapy to replace my level.
No. Paul Watson, I mean, the reason people are polite in Texas is just 50, 60 years ago, if you're rude to somebody, they'd kill you. And now men just aren't as angry. They aren't as focused, or it's a fake type of, masculineness. But armed societies or polite societies, our testosterone is lower. Our sperm counts are way lower. Paul Watson has an article where they're putting chemicals in the water at prisonplanet.com. Let me get a comment from G. Edward Griffin on that. This engineering of the society, there's a lot of evidence to that. Your take on it?
Well, my take on it is that, like everybody else, it just makes a lot of sense, and you can see the evidence of it as you go. I haven't really checked out the science myself, Alex, like you have, or Watson, but it just makes a lot of sense. And, again, once we understand the big picture and what these people are trying to do, then it's almost a perfect litmus paper test that you can use to come to a preliminary judgment anyway as to whether something is true or false. You do have to run it down and clarify it and check it out yourself. But you have a pretty good feeling for whether something is true or false when you understand how well it fits in with the overall plan.
Absolutely. Let's take another call here. Let's talk to Chris in Maryland. You're on the air with G. Edward Griffin and Infowars.com. Go ahead.
Hey, I had a question for you because I was talking to some fellows about this issue, but I did some reading on one of the websites, a lot like yours, where they had said that in the United States, down in the state of Alabama, they found a compound with trucks that had markings that looked a lot like they were Russian, and they were supposed to be drilling them to do civil disobedience and
anti-riot. Let me explain. This is an old urban legend that's been around since the mid-'90s. This is how they debunk us. The United States government and others and some private companies bought tons of cheap Eastern Bloc surplus, and I know people in Bastrop, who collect them, and they got a U.S. one, a British one, a Russian one. And so people show that and say it's a Russian invasion, a bunch of 1970s rotting equipment. The real invasion is public deals signed to use Canadian, Mexican troops and others to quell civil disturbances. That's mainstream news, but nobody will ever focus on it. Toronto Star, Associated Press, Vigilant Guardian. The national level exercise going on now is with troops from 14 governments. That's Homeland Security site. But nobody will get into the real admitted stuff. Instead, they talk about what they heard or what they saw. I appreciate your call. I'm not saying you're a bad caller. I'm just correcting that. G. Edward Griffin, your comments on that?
Well, again, I'm stuck with saying what you said, Alex. It's certainly true. You get a lot of disinformation out there, and unfortunately people will run with it because it has the grains of truth. But, no, you're absolutely right. The real threat is not from a bunch of old Russian trucks sitting in a lot for sale someplace. It's from the existing government and in our treaties with other countries, Canada and Mexico in particular.
G. Edward, we're out of time. God bless you. Retransmission starts now.